And here we are to review.
Look, we keep our fucking promises.
Andy Farish's Fahrenheit 451.
And let me just tell you this now.
On YouTube.
Yep.
We will link it in our description.
That's what I was going to tell you.
34?
36, I think. The final cut. Okay.
Yeah, it is. The final cut's what we're linking because we don't pussyfoot around with bullshit cut 1 and 2.
Look, I was debating on which cut we should do. Should we do the first cut, the second? Because it wasn't a rough cut. It was it's like Blade Runner, the first Blade Runner. It has like 6 or 7 different cuts at release. This one has like 3 different cuts. We are reviewing the final cut. We have both seen it multiple times. And right before we did the podcast, we watched it one more time.
Like double-digit numbers. Yeah. We've seen this movie a lot of times.
We show it to a lot of people. It's public. It's out there. You know,
it is.
We told you.
We will link it.
We told you we're not going to review films that aren't released. Mm-hmm. Now, should he, whatever he wants to do with it.
Should our friend who made Onyx want to come on to review Onyx, though it's not public, we wouldn't welcome that.
Well, I'm talking about it should Andy Farish make the video private or take it off YouTube. We don't have control over that.
Dude,
but it's on there right now.
As
of right now, it's on there. No.
Dude, I would love to. Fuck you.
As of right now, he's just gonna sit there and sway the whole time. And smile awkwardly.
Anyway.
No offense. I met the guy. He's a nice dude.
Yeah, dude, he's a very nice guy.
Let me tell you something.
What we say about his film might not reflect how we feel about him. He's a very nice guy. Anyway.
Here's what I'll say. There was a screening at the local film festival. And he screened it.
The George Lindsay
Film Festival. They screened this film. Now, this film cannot be distributed. It can't be sold. It couldn't be up for any awards because it was
copywritten.
It's copywritten. There's copywritten music in it. Copywritten. The Fahrenheit 451.
How he got the copyright to that, I'll never fucking know, dude. I will never know.
Fahrenheit 451 is not in the public domain, but he made it anyway.
Yeah. In the film, he plays Lady Gaga's Million Reasons.
But real quick, I was going to say...
And then at the end, he has it copyrighted, and I was like, dude, how did he get a hold of that song? How did he get a hold of that shit?
We were talking about how nice he is, though. We showed up before the screening. Luke and I had a plan, because like I said, I like to get... I have the sword from Onyx, and I have the DVD signed by the director. I wanted to get a copy of Fahrenheit 451, the book, and get him to sign it. Yeah, so we both went to Books A Million in our
early
town.
Early
that day, got the books, went to the screening, and this dude, he sat down next to me. Listen, this was
next to you.
It's a whole room a whole room. And here's the deal: we had already seen the film 6 times. We wanted to go support,
if not more.
If not more. Oh, at that point, yeah, you're right. But the whole room could sit, I think, 40 something people, 40 to 50 people.
Probably not quite 50. Probably like 30 to 40.
30 to 40.
Right, yeah.
And we're sitting towards the middle, and there's there's a lot of room around us for people to sit. It was not a packed out theater. Yeah, he comes and sits right next to me, and I was just I looked over at Luke and I was like flexing. I was like, yes. And so I just leaned over him with my book and a pen. I was like, hey buddy, can I get you to sign this? Yeah. And he said, in the I'm gonna do my best Andy Farish awkward impersonation. he said. Sure. And he grabbed it, and he said he has a high-pitched voice. Yeah. Higher than mine, and I have a high-pitched voice. He said, I think I do, man. I really do.
Anyway.
Okay, so if I speak like this. No, okay. He said, okay, and he grabbed it, and he signed it. And then I said, I got one more. And he signed that one, and he actually signed our books. Yeah. He signed our books, and I was
we both have a copy of Fahrenheit 451.
Signed by the director, Andy Farish's.
Andy Farish.
Andy Farish's Fahrenheit 451. We're going to get to the review in a second, but I just got to tell you, listen, we both love this film.
Yeah, it is. I have never watched it and not had an incredible time. That being said...
It's god-awful.
It is so bad.
It's not a good film.
This might be the worst review we've ever done, and I loved every second every time I've watched this film.
And not even... I know it sounds like we're ragging. It sounds like we're just... making fun of this guy, and we're not.
We're not.
Because he genuinely...
Because he made this... Again, he made this before taking film school classes.
Let me say... I'll put it this way.
This is a guy who went to high school, and then he graduated. I think he may have made it between high school and college. But he is now in the National Guard. And he's a great guy, and I see a lot of potential in him. He just needs to take the classes and get refined.
Listen, I treat this film in terms of respect the same way that I respect Onyx. I respect the fuck out of him for making it, and like Onyx, the director of Onyx. It's not a great film. I've been told by other people that it's disrespectful the way that I treat Onyx. Because maybe the reason he has the film private, because I try to show it to a lot of people, which I have his permission to do. I've never shown it to anybody I didn't have permission to show it to. Yeah. Because he has asked me not to do that.
I remember you asked him, like, hey man, can I show this to Luke? And he was like, yeah, man.
Yeah, Luke, there are people that have asked me because they know that I have a copy of it. They have asked me if I could show it to them, and every time I call him and ask him. Since then, now he has always given me permission. He's never said no, but I've always asked him. He has now told me that I can just show it to whoever I want to, really.
Oh, cool.
But I still ask him out of courtesy. I have nothing but respect for him, and for the filmmakers who make these movies, because I understand it takes a lot of effort, and it takes a lot of courage to put something out there and just let other people see it. Something that you've made. It's really personal stuff, even if it's an adaptation like Fahrenheit 451. So I have nothing but respect for Andy Farish for making the film. Let that be known now. This is not meant to be a disrespectful, making fun of him.
Yeah. We are not dragging him through the mud.
It is a film that he has made, and he has put it out in public. It
is released to the public. Anyone can go watch this film.
And so that leaves it open for critique. And this is not a bullshit review. We are not doing this just to be funny and make fun of it. We are actually going to apply our
critical eye to this short film.
The way that we review everything else, we have applied that. We are applying it to this review, and so you should know that we are not doing this to make fun of him or his film in any way.
Yeah. This is not like I said. This is not a gag on this man. We are holding his short film
to the standard
that we review films.
Yep. The same standard we will do for Onyx.
Despite what we end up giving it, know that I'm sure that our final score will be low.
Yeah.
I'm sure it will. But that does not change the fact that we have always enjoyed watching this film.
Even if it wasn't intentional, what we enjoyed it.
Yeah. We enjoyed it no matter what. So let's
it comes out like a 9.5.
Let's dive right in, baby. So for those of you,
it comes out as a 9.5.
Oh God. Those of you,
like my miscalculations.
Those of you who don't know, we'll go ahead and we'll give you like the basic details. Fahrenheit 451 is, I guess, like a utopian society future. Yeah. We have not.
I have not read the book. I'm going to. The next book I do.
Side note: he's going to read it on Audible. In high school, in 11th grade, I was supposed to read this book. I did not read it at all. So everybody in my high school was like, oh, 11th grade is the hardest grade in all of school because of all the shit you got to do in English class. When I was in high school, in October, my English teacher, who I fucking hated, she was pregnant and she took maternity leave. And she didn't come back the rest of the year. So from October to May, we had a substitute the entire time. And she was the easiest teacher I've ever had. She gave us the test for Fahrenheit 451. She handed it out. She sat at her desk, wrote something down, and then she stood up and walked out of the room until the bell rang. The dude the three people in our class that read that book was like, all right, number 1's B, number 2's C. Nobody made below a 90 on that test. I didn't read the book and I made a fucking 98. So I have not actually read the book. Anyway, the story.
You fucking slacker.
And? I fucking graduated.
Hey man, the guy who
C's get degrees, dog. Fuck off.
The guy who invented escalators was a lazy bum. You know?
So the story is there's this guy Montag. Who is a fireman. In this world, firemen don't stop fires from destroying houses. They search for books, and
books are illegal.
Yeah, books are illegal in this society, and they search for and burn these books.
And if they find books in a house, they burn the house. Whoever owns the house, if they find books in your house, they burn your house down.
Yes.
All your possessions.
And they have a mechanical raptor that hunts down
Again,
bugs.
this is not based on what happens in the book that we're talking about because we haven't read the book.
We're talking about the movie.
This isn't the movie. Now, if you've read the book,
I'm pretty sure the book does have a mechanical raptor.
Okay. I'll find out when I listen to the book.
Anyway, so there's mechanical raptor.
Mechanical
So
raptors.
anyway, Guy Montag meets this dude, and he's like, "Hey man, I don't know a
Faber.
Faber. He's like,
Faber.
Faber. He's like, "Hey man, I know a shit ton about books, dog. You want to learn about books? You come fucking find me." And
Telling
then he
this to
goes
a fireman.
home, and then he goes, to a fireman whose job is to hunt and destroy book, whatever. So,
and Guy Montag has a reputation for being a good one, isn't he? He's
he's
good at his job.
Again, I don't know if he is in the book, but the costume for Guy Montag in the movie, he has Chief on the back of his fireman outfit, so we can assume from the film that he's the fireman chief. Anyway, so...
But Beatty's the one who acts like it.
Beatty's the captain.
He acts like the chief.
So he's like, okay. And then he goes home to his abusive wife, and his wife has attempted suicide by a sleeping pill. And so he calls the ambulance. And he's like, hey man, your wife's a bitch. He's like, don't talk about my wife like that.
As she hits him in the face or some shit.
Yeah, and then the next day he's like, do you not remember what happened yesterday? She's like, no, I remember what happened. And then she slaps him and abuses him.
Did you mention what happened the day before?
Because sleeping pills. Yeah. And she's like, "Where's my new TV?" And she beats the fuck out of him because she's like, an abusive wife.
You need to buy me. She's like, you need to buy me a new TV.
He's like, I bought you a TV last week. Was not the right TV. Pa. So anyway, he goes to work and he meets Beatty, and
the beers are starting to hit you, Luke.
And Beatty's like, "Hey man, we're all cool." That's really all there is to Beatty. He meets the mechanical raptor. In the film, the mechanical raptor is, I don't know if you guys remember the remote control T-Rexes from years ago. That's the mechanical raptor.
It was like it was the same brand and company that did that little robot, that walking robot.
Yeah, I don't remember.
That could pick up things, but
anyway, piece of shit fucking robot T-Rex with remote control.
The size of the raptor was about the size of a chicken.
If that, dude, if that. So anyway, and then he goes home and his neighbor Clarice McClellan is like, hey, you're a fireman, right? And he's like, yeah. And she's like, people are afraid of firemen. He's like, yeah, it's because we burn books. And then he goes to her house and fucks her. And then
that doesn't happen then.
Oh, isn't that when that happened? Okay.
He goes back inside.
Well, they meet and then he goes back inside and he hangs out with his wife who abuses him. And then he meets the best character, Stone Man. Stone Man. Okay, have you guys ever played? Dude. I don't know if you guys have ever played Grand Theft Auto, but every character in this film walks and acts physically like a Grand Theft Auto character,
except for Andy Farish.
In fact, slays the entire.
In
film.
fact, I'll go and tell you this. At the end of this review, I'm going to upload. It's only a couple of seconds. It's of me. So watch the film after this podcast, because
we will link it
we will link it at the end of this podcast. Though there will be 30 seconds of me, and of that 30 seconds, it will tell you everything you need to know about the film. You will watch it, and then you will watch the film, and you will get it.
So we have a classic line, and it's a Stone Man line. We always reference it
all the time.
Guy walks into his garage. And he's doing what the fuck ever in his garage. And then off screen we hear, "Yo, Montag!" And it just pans over to fucking Stone Man.
Stone Man.
And then he just, like a Grand Theft Auto character, just
walks up,
tramples up to fucking...
You know how he walks? I've heard it described this way. How people like that walk, how in video games. Mm-hmm. He walks like he has a steaming pile of shit in his pants.
He does.
He walks like he's from. He you know what he walks like? Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind. Like
he just walks up to
like a penguin. He's walking almost like a penguin. His legs can't stretch.
Yeah. He's like, "Hey Montag, I'm a fireman," and Montag's like, "I'm a fireman."
Yeah, he's like, he's new to the force. He's new to the force.
So they hang out, and then Beatty's like, "Hey man, we got a house to go."
Listen, I go through the whole plot because we want them to watch it.
Well, I'm doing the story.
Well, it's the whole plot.
So anyway. Montag ends up like opposing the Force, and shit goes wrong.
He gets a Bible.
And he gets a Bible,
tries to hide
which is a special, and he tries to hide it, which is a no-go.
And then
Clarice,
then he fucks Clarice. Well, he fucks Clarice at some point.
He cheats on his wife with Clarice, and then
she leaves
Clarice
him.
and then his wife's like, "I'm divorcing you." He's
yeah,
like, "I don't give a fuck. I fuck Clarice."
All I gotta ask, my main question for the film: who keeps a gun in the bathroom? But
anyway, my god!
But you'll understand that when you watch the film.
Dude, please watch it. It's 36 minutes, and you won't fucking regret it.
It'll change your life. It'll change your life. Do yourself a favor.
It would, dude. The first time I watched it, I was just like, "Oh my god, this is peak comedy," and not on purpose. So anyway, let's dive into our criteria.
Let's crunch these fucking numbers.
So
okay, I got the list right here, man. We're gonna crunch these motherfucking numbers.
Hit me with it.
Lighting.
Awful.
Did he even use lights?
He used the fucking he flipped the switch in the room. At one point, he wakes up in the morning and you can see through a door that leads outside. It is fucking nighttime. It is the dead of fucking night.
And then in the same scene.
Yeah, the same scene. It cuts to a shot of Beatty, the captain. And it's like, whatever. And then it cuts back to Guy, and it's fucking daylight outside. Yeah. It's fucking daytime. Like, literally, like, what the fuck, dude? Like, dude, I can't tell you how many times I've had to cut light for a scene. He didn't give a fuck. Just like part of the scene, like a whole conversation is nighttime, there's daytime. What the fuck?
I think that was a reshoot. I'll tell you why.
I don't think it was a reshoot.
I'll tell you why.
His parents were like, "All right, we're ready to go to bed, get out of our fucking room," and he had to do it the next day.
Well, it was supposed to be a daytime scene because it's the morning.
Yeah,
he wakes up feeling sick.
But he shot it at night.
But the first part was shot at night. I think he shot the whole scene, and then he had to go back. We should get him on here and ask. We should get him to do the podcast. I know that was the idea that you had earlier.
Lighting,
I shot it down. I shot that idea down.
I give the lighting like a fucking 1.
That's generous. I was gonna say 0, dude, but if you want to give it a 1.
We can't give it a 0.
All right.
I give it a 1. It's so bad.
What about inside the fire department?
Because he literally just flipped a light switch. That's all he did for lighting.
All right.
He flipped the fucking light switch.
Dude, it's fucking Oh, you know what films we need to review?
What?
The fucking Bringo film, the Neil Breen.
Oh my god.
We're gonna do a bad movie month, and we're gonna reveal that
eventually.
We're gonna review those, and then we're gonna review Onyx. But this one, a 1 on lighting.
Yeah. What's next?
Direction,
dude. 1. Like Stark 1. Okay, so Andy Farish, a prodigy. He wrote, directed, produced. He was his own cinematography consultant. He starred in it as Guy Montag.
This was his project. This is a dream project.
Did the cinematography, which is like, dude, if you're like on screen every fucking shot, how are you behind the camera? Anyway,
well, the cinematographer isn't always the one holding the camera.
He did everything in this film. And considering that he did everything, and considering the fact that none of it is good, wow.
Well,
Directing, there was one good performance. I do not know his name. The man that he cast to play Beatty gave an excellent performance, in my opinion.
Yeah, it was a very good
performance. The only performance that I would rank above a piece of shit, but still an excellent performance.
Look, here's what I would say. The only thing that held his character back is that he's just too young of an actor to play that older part. But everybody in the film is cast young. Yeah, it's him and his friends.
It's him and his high school buddies. Like, that's it. But
which, I mean, I did that in high school.
I didn't, because I didn't make movies.
Didn't put that shit in fucking festivals.
But still... The actor who played Beatty, I think, did an excellent job.
Here's the deal. I see...
For what he was given.
With this film, I see glimmers of hope.
Yeah.
I see potential in somebody. Because here's the deal.
I think Andy Farish has crazy potential.
Well, listen to this.
He just has to refine his abilities.
Well, listen to this. You've seen the stuff I made in high school. It's just as bad. It
won't be worse.
Maybe.
It's bad.
It's really bad
no
stuff.
No offense to you.
I'll be the first one to say it. It's fucking awful.
Yeah.
So much so that I had now, they're on my YouTube channel, they are listed as private videos.
Oh, did you private them?
Yeah, I privatized those.
I don't blame you, dude.
They are
not great.
really bad. But you've seen what I can make now. And I've had people tell me my senior thesis film is from what I've been told
is very good.
From what I've been told, one of the best senior thesis that we've had in the program.
I can't wait for like the final product. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But
so I mean, even as it is now, it holds a candle. But it'll be even better once the. So I see hope. I see potential.
I think with the classes that the program at our college have to offer, I think he could refine his abilities and do something great.
But he has to be willing to listen. What I hear, he's not willing to listen. So I agree with you. I would bump that direction up to a 2 and meet you at a 1.5.
I'll go 2.
You'll go 2? I think
I agree.
I think because of the potential that it's not like he just showed no potential. He showed a lot of ambition doing it.
True.
And he showed that he can, maybe not well, he can direct a scene.
Yeah. Okay. So anyway, what's next?
And pull at least one good performance.
What's next?
Writing. Oh man, 1
bad, dude. One bad. So bad.
Here's the deal. I haven't read the book, so I really can't compare the two. But
like I said, I skimmed it in 11th grade.
But writing, for the film,
that was a good 8 fucking years ago. I don't know what the fucking book's about.
Hi, I'm Guy Montag. People call me Montag.
Montag. Hi there. I'm this guy. I was an English professor, not English. I'm an English, but you could do a take 2.
Multiple times that he mispronounced words. I was like, you chose the worst person to be an English professor.
Yeah, you could do a take 2.
I mumble like a madman, and I stutter on my words, and I misspeak words a lot. I'm not an English professor.
Yeah.
Now I could act one if I just
can tell you all about books. Here's my car. Anyway, one for writing. It's so fucking bad.
It's not good.
Fucking bad.
It's not good. The only good writing was that there was a Lady Gaga song in there, and she wrote a good song.
Yeah, how he got he didn't get the copyright. Okay. He bullfucked that.
He bullfucked it.
Moving on, what's next?
Character development.
None at all.
You don't think there's any?
None.
Guy Montag kind of has
something. He fucking does. He goes from, I'm a fireman to, I'm not a fireman.
That's the development.
Okay, 0.5.
0.5?
It's so bad. Because every other character dies. Clarice McClellan doesn't die.
And that one dude at the very end, his wife doesn't die. She just leaves him.
Every other character dies. It's so bad.
0.5. I'll give you 0.5.
Fuck, dude.
Because there's one person that has some sort of character development.
And it's not, he goes from I'm fireman to I'm not fireman. That's his character development. By the way, this isn't a criteria that we rate, but I want to bring it up special effects.
Do you want to add that in there?
No, I just want to talk about it.
I didn't put diversity. We can put that in none.
No, we're not gonna like use special effects at the point, but special effects revolutionary.
Change your life.
Please watch this movie.
Oh my god!
Please. Anyway,
dude, hey, that one shot with the missile was decent. Yeah.
Moving on. We're not making fun of this. We're really not.
Oh, dude, I'm listen.
We legitimately
this laughter is genuine. Film. These tears that are falling out of my eyes right now. Yeah. These tears are genuine.
Moving on.
One right now.
What's next?
Cinematography.
Bad. So here's my thing. We've watched this movie.
He didn't break the 180.
We've watched this movie a lot of times, and every time we watched it, there's something known as the 180 degree rule. I'm not going to explain the 180, but if you want to know, look it up. It's a very easy thing. We're not going to explain it. And for a long time, everybody was like, "Oh, dude, he's fucking destroying the 180," and I paid really close attention to one of our viewings, and since then I've been like, he doesn't break the 180.
He doesn't.
He just puts the line, which the 180 degree is based on, in the wrong fucking position. In the literal worst position you could put it, that's where he put the line on which he bases his 180
and then he stays on that 180.
He doesn't break the rule. He rides the line, but he doesn't break the rule. It's just the rule is placed in the worst spot.
But technically, does he actually establish that 180? Because let me explain.
He does.
Let me explain.
Kinda.
Because he doesn't pick a side. So he does break the rule.
No, that's the thing. He picks both sides.
Well, what I'm saying, then you break the 180 if you pick both sides.
Well, no, because the 180 is here, and he's like on both sides.
Well, what I'm saying is,
he doesn't cross it.
Let me talk. Let me explain what I'm talking about. Typically, because it does, for context of this, it does, look at this on the paper. If you draw the line, you have to pick one side. These are your subjects. You pick that. This is the camera. Hold on.
He picks this side.
Here's what I'm saying. Let me finish talking. The subjects are right here. The camera's on the same on this. Both cameras have to stay on the same side of that 180 line.
Here, you break the 180. This is breaking the 180.
No, it's not.
You have to be on the line. It's a character here filming this way and a character here filming this way. That's 180.
No, if the way that the 180 works,
it's a
line, and you shoot
it's a line
on that side of the line. Yeah, but you have to.
So if the character's here with the camera here, the other character has to be here with the camera here.
No, because you have to pick.
Because the 180's here.
No, the 180 is not there. The 180 is here. No. You pick a side of the 180, and that's the side you stick on.
No. He's here and here, so it's here and here.
The camera's... Sorry,
and the 180's here.
No. Think about it this way. We have the line. We put the subjects on that side of the line.
Across from each other. So the line isn't here. The line is here. The line is here. Give me the pencil. Give me the fucking pencil. The line is here with the camera here and here.
No, because they have to stay on the same side as the people. When I've shot my film,
again, it's here to here,
Luke.
And then
if you and I
here to here.
If they were filming you and I speaking to each other right now, the way that you do that is you pick this 180, which is us,
here to here,
and then
there to here.
No, the camera would be over your right shoulder and would be over my left shoulder. That's how they would do that.
Here to here, here to here.
No,
that's what I said.
Okay,
it's there to there and there to there.
You're talking about setting up the cameras like this.
No, we set the cameras up here to here.
Yeah.
And then there to here.
Yes.
In opposition.
Yes.
So the 180 is here. The 180 in that situation would be right here. So my camera is here and your camera is here. We cross, but we cross here.
No. The 180 is that line right there. That's the 180. That's the 180. You stay on that line.
Anyway.
Let me explain what I'm talking about. If you go to this side of the line, if one of the cameras goes to this side of the line, if these are the two subjects and the camera's on this person's right shoulder and this person's left shoulder, the cameras have to stay on this side of that line. If they cross over the line, it's disorienting. The line is not between the characters. The line is next to the characters.
The line
is look it up. The line is parallel to the characters. No, the line is parallel to the characters. The thing that he's doing is you take the characters, he's creating this line and he's staying on the line. He's not riding the line close to on one side. He's not picking a side. And that technically breaks the 180 rule.
Again, the line, okay, since the line is told, boom, this is the line, the camera is here, on the other side of you, or there and there. So, by picking the line and shooting on the extremities of the line, you're not breaking the 180. Judging by the diagram that I've looked at, like a couple diagrams in a row.
This is the diagram.
Yeah, again, you can be here and not break the 180, which is what he does.
Well, it doesn't say that. Well, on the diagram I'm looking at, it's showing that these examples are okay because they're on this side of the 180. The one on the other side is not okay. It doesn't say that if you stay on the line, you're not breaking the rule.
But again, by being on the line, you're not breaking the rule. It's not recommended that you ride the line, but you can ride the line. But being there and here, that is...
Well, I'm just saying, he doesn't
You guys can't see what we're doing with our hands.
I'm just saying, he doesn't pick a side. He doesn't pick a side on the line.
He does pick a side.
He creates the line and he doesn't pick a side.
He puts the line, and then his 180 is he's on one part of the line, and then he's exactly 180 degrees ahead and on the other side of the line.
Whether he technically breaks the rule or not...
He literally rides 180 degrees.
I disagree with you that he doesn't break the rule, but whether he breaks the rule or not, he doesn't do it right.
Oh, he definitely doesn't do it right. He definitely doesn't do it right.
Like whether he breaks the rule or not, he doesn't do it right.
He does not break the rule, but he doesn't do the rule right.
I think he breaks the rule. We should show it to JP and get his. But I think
I'm down.
I think he. Well, nobody knows who JP is. We've mentioned him before.
Have we?
Yeah.
Whatever. So anyway, what are we on? What are we on?
Sorry, cinematography.
Okay, 1 out of 10. 1 out of 10. Bad.
What about that one shot? That one shot towards the end.
There's one really good shot. Good shot at the end of the film does not a 10 make. I give it a 1.
I wasn't going to give it a 10.
I won.
I was going to give it a 2.
It's definitely not a 2.
1.5?
1.5.
Okay.
1.5.
Because, at the end of the film, there's this one shot
there is a shot
where it looks one way. He's on one side of the screen. He's got his own third. And it even looks like there's some, it doesn't break the 180. It was established. And then someone comes up from the other side and the camera pans, and it's a very good change, and then it's over his shoulder on the other way, and it looks cool. By the way, it's this film is like 720p at the most. Like it's bad, not bad, HD. Bad. 1.5 pacing. Pacing's good.
I don't know if I agree with that.
Listen, it's 36 minutes feels like 10. 36 minutes feels like 10. The pacing's great. It's 36 minutes that feel like 10 minutes.
You know what? I give it a 4.
I'll meet you with a 4. I'll do you 4.5.
4.
Meet me at 4.5. I was gonna say 5. Meet me at 4.5. I'm generous. I'm generous. You really think 4? If you really think 4, I'll give it a 4.
It's not great, dude. It's not good.
But the pacing is actually not bad. It's constantly moving forward. At no point when I watched this film did I check my watch.
I'll give it a 4.5.
Okay, a 4. A 4.
4.5.
4.5? Alright, 4.5.
This is the best thing.
I actually don't think it's going to be the best thing about it. Maybe. It's the best thing. It's probably the best thing we didn't expect to give it higher than a 1, but yeah.
So, next.
Meaning behind the story.
It's a Christian movie.
It is a Christian movie, technically, yeah.
I give it a 2.
It's got the Bible. It's got the Bible in it, but it's a bigger story about. It's a bigger story about It's a larger story about a society in which books are illegal.
Again, meaning.
Again, I'm sure the book.
The meaning is the Bible is important, but all books are important.
I'm sure that
I give it a 2.
all films matter. Look, I'm sure that the book has a much more clear, defined meaning to it, and it's a meaning that's profound. I'm sure. I'm gonna listen to it. I'm sure. The film didn't capture that meaning for me because I have no. Unless I read the book and the book also doesn't have a meaning, I'll be like, oh, it's perfect. The meaning I actually need to retcon that vote there. Give it a 10.
Second review, we actually give it a blank. I give it a 2.
2. All right, I'll meet you on that too. Sound. Bad. 1.
Real bad. Give it a 1.
Maybe 0.5, honestly.
No, I give it a 1.
Really? Because I couldn't understand a fucking word sometimes.
At times, you understand. At times,
most of the time, you understand. There's a few times, though, where it's just you have to rewind. He mumbled.
I give it a 1.
All right. Production design. Production design is at least going to be the second highest. Because, look.
Here's the thing with production design. For the giant mechanical raptor that he was a toy. At one point in the film,
costumes were Target.
At one point in the film, I'm not shitting you guys. At one point in the film, he goes to bed in his fireman outfit, and then the next day,
minus his jacket.
And then the next day, he wakes up in full, long sleeve shirt, and pant and sock, and then he throws the jacket on. And then he leaves his hat on the floor, and then later he just has the hat. I give it a 2.
Okay, here's the deal. I give it higher than a 2. Can I explain why? Please, in all fairness,
please explain to me why it's more than a 2.
Because while it may not be good, compared to everything else, he tried. This was the production design.
But a try doesn't get you points.
Well, hear me out. There was more effort put into the production design, in my opinion, than any other aspect of the film.
I'm sure he'd be happy to hear that.
They went to different locations. They had different places to go. We explored different sets. There were different houses. They were at the woods at some point. They were at the fire station.
There were different houses.
They looked different to me. I was paying attention. I was looking at even the carpet to see if the carpet was the same.
I mean, some houses
because Neil Breen, but I think they had different places. The props, they did have props. They weren't the best props, but they had props. They had costumes. It wasn't just him and his fucking t-shirt that he wrote fire on. He had costumes.
You're right.
They had costumes. They weren't the best costumes, but when you're doing independent films and low-budget films, you work with what you got and what you can get. And it took us to different places. I would give the production design at least a 3.5.
I'll meet you at 3.
Okay.
I'll meet you at a 3.
Okay. So, got the numbers. I gotta crunch these.
Yeah, crunch those numbers. Let's see what we give it, baby.
All right. Oh shit. Okay. I'm gonna crunch these fucking numbers. Okay. So I've got the numbers crunched. Have our score. He hasn't seen it yet. I'll tell you what it is.
Go ahead.
You'll actually probably think it's a little generous what the numbers say. 1.8.
I don't think that's generous. I think that's pretty spot on. Yeah. 1.8 sounds pretty reasonable.
It's that I'm telling you, the things that saved him was that 4.5.
1.8. What saved him was
yeah. But what kept it from being like a 1, like lower than a lot lower than that was the 4.5 and the 3 that we gave him.
Yeah. Yikes. So 1.8 is what we give for number 51.
It may have a 1.8, but if I was going to score it purely off of enjoyment that I got watching it, 9.
Dude, yeah, like a 9.
Like a 9.
I have never watched it and not genuinely enjoyed the hell
and you know
out of what I was
I can't
watching.
say that happens a lot where I have a score for a film that's so low, but a personal love for it. It doesn't happen often.
Does not happen.
Where I genuinely love a film that's really bad.
Yeah, but the movie, very bad. I love it
to death,
and I would watch it.
I love it
anytime I could.
I love it enough to debate with you about the 180 degree used in the film.
Yeah, it's again not good, but it's so enjoyable.
So worth your time.
I can't recommend it enough, despite our rating.
Get in there, watch that film.
Yeah, we will link it in the description. You guys really need to check it out, and I hope you enjoyed as much as we do. But
don't forget, like and subscribe.
Leave
a comment.
Yeah.
Leave a comment for other films that you want us to review.
Let us know about the YouTube thing and any film or form of media that you want us to review. Apart from that, theme song?